Hey, what's going on everyone? Vega here for SerpentX Tech, and in this video we're going to be updating our FutureBit Apollo miners operating system. In the middle here we have the full node, out there we have the standard node, and we had another standard node right here, but that has since been donated to the Bitcoin Museum, where the Coin Dad has taken it over, and FutureBit John actually was able to sign it, which is really cool. And on the bottom of the full node, right, so full node standard, you can see there's no ports on the side here, whereas we got HDMI and all that stuff. This comes with an M.2 NVMe for storing the Bitcoin blockchain, as well as an SD card, and you will need a replacement SD card unless you're going to wipe the original one, which I recommend if you have a replacement, use that. But we're going to install the new operating system on this guy, so that way we can go from OG OS to new OS, and I wanted to show you how we do that. So obviously we need to get on the computer, make sure we have an SD card available, 16 gigabytes at least, and we need to go to GitHub, get the downloads or the operating system, use Balena Etcher like we've used before with some of our mining rigs, and image this SD card and replace it on here. But let's switch over to the computer now. And here on the computer we can see, I'm going to link to this website down below, but it's off of FutureBit. It's about flashing the SD card. You can see over here on the right hand side at the bottom of the Apollo, we have a section where the SD card goes, and then there's an M.2 connection where your full node will be sitting to sync the Bitcoin blockchain. Two things. One, note that anything on your micro SD card, because I can manage or log into this device via PuTTY. I do it all the time. You can SSH. It's Ubuntu image or Linux image, so you can manage it however you want. So if there's anything on this micro SD card, make sure you back it up first. You can move it over to your M.2 drive if you need to. Either way, however you want to back it up, no problem. Then we need to download the image, but note there's a difference between the Apollo BTC MCU 1 and 2. There's a physical way to tell, right? So we need to make sure we're getting the right one. You can see there's two images here. Apollo 2, MCU 1, and MCU 2. If we go to this document here, you can see this long, it almost looks like a ATX 24-pin bar, but this long one right here, if you got this long white one, that's MCU 1. If you have the short white one, that's MCU 2. So for our particular device, which I'm going to show you on my phone right now, right here, this white bar, if it extended all the way across, that would be an MCU 1. This is an MCU 2. So we got to make sure we're getting the right image for our Apollo BTC miner. It should be MCU 2. And then once you grab the correct image, you just download it. It's going to take a minute. I think it's about 2 gigabytes. And then we can open up Balena Etcher and go ahead and flash that to the device. But first, and the dashboard on the OG side looks like this. Very simple, nothing too crazy. Everything we need. We can see the disk usage. We could see the overall memory, so on and so forth. And so my NVMe or my M.2 drive only has 1 terabyte, while the one that you just saw in the picture has 2 terabytes. So maybe I have to upgrade that and resync the Bitcoin blockchain in the future. But for right now, we're good. And the dashboard just tells us, you know, the miners, the hash rate, each hash board temperature, RPM, power draw, voltage, all that good stuff. So this is a great GUI. The newer one is bluer and cooler. And we could even manage the node and everything else, like the power, whether we want eco, balance, turbo. We could set custom configurations and even run our node, our Bitcoin node, over Tor, which I absolutely love and I am doing on a regular basis. So here's the original dashboard. This is what it looks like. Let's switch it on over to the new dashboard. I busted out Balena Etcher. I selected it. Once I had the image downloaded, which is about 2 gigabytes, I chose it. And now I am flashing the micro SD, so I'm going to plug that in, and let's show you the new OS. And now we're looking at the underneath of the Apollo BTC full node. This is the Apollo 1. Again, M.2 drive. It's a Kingston drive. It's only 1 terabyte, but we could always upgrade that in order to sync the Bitcoin blockchain. We still got plenty of room still, but it might outgrow, so I'll upgrade that in the future. You can see it's a daughter board. That green PCB is a daughter board connected via ribbon cable to the main, I guess you could say, Raspberry Pi. Here's another area where we can connect another ribbon cable for communications, and an additional, you know, if you wanted to really break this down, retro mic or the Mad Electron, you know, can look at the bottom of this and really discern what it is. But I'm pretty sure It is a Raspberry Pi, maybe a modified Raspberry Pi, because it's got all your connections in the back here, 2 USB, Ethernet, HDMI's here on the side and everything. So Raspberry Pi, a couple of daughter boards, and then obviously a giant heat sink. And the chip is on the board back there, that black board you see. That's where the main chip and hashing is being done. But anyways, there's a micro SD. Let's go ahead and replace that right now with the one we have. Let me be very careful not to damage anything. You can see it's a SanDisk micro SD. Try not to hit the M.2. But yeah, that's a SanDisk Industrial, and it's an old school micro SD card. So now we just need to pop our new one back in there and boot back up. And again, I'm leaving the original OS on this SD card in case something happens. I could always pop in the old one and still be good to go. So let's switch back to the computer and see what the OS looks like. So as you can see, now we have a whole new dashboard, and we got to go through the setup process, but this looks so much better. Good job, FutureBit team, John, and everybody who participated. Actually, John is the one that's managing the GitHub, I believe. I forked over the repository just to have it on the back end, but John did a really good job. Number of contributors as well. Shout out to them. Everybody that's helped out in making his OS. But now we just need to go through the setup process. So we'll go ahead and click this. Solo mining, pooled mining. They have various explanations. I've been on solo mining ever since. I'm probably going to continue solo mining, but just choose the option that best suits you. Because I have the BitAxe and NerdAxe and the Canon Avalon Nano, I'm just going to continue with solo mining. It's just a little disclaimer. Apollo 2 offers enhanced features for solo mining, so on and so forth, talking about the new product, which I hope to get on the channel and review for you. And then we just need to put in our Bitcoin address, which I'm using the doctor's pool or CK solo pool. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that in and hit next. Don't forget to add a worker name, so wallet.worker name. Oh, I guess it doesn't want a worker name in this version, so just a wallet. Okay. Password. This is a password for you to access the particular device, because again, it is Linux, and you can see the username is FutureBit. Password 2 is also the same. So if you want, you can log into the unit. A lot of people don't mess with it, but I like to. So just go ahead and set up a nice strong password, even though it's on your local network. And now we hit start mining. Got to sign in with our password again. And here is the new dashboard. It looks really cool. You can turn it from light to dark. Right now it's on light. I like dark mode, baby. It looks so good. We get a pretty clean GUI or user interface. But we just want to go ahead and check our miner, make sure that everything's good as far as settings. So let's go to settings real quick. We got to set the pool. You can see here there's a handful of them, so we can set up a custom one. We're not going to do any pool mining. We're just going to do the custom pool, or try to at least. So let's see, set up custom pool. Won't let me do anything. All right, solo mining. Okay, so it's solo mining through my own node. Okay, so if we turn that off, now I'll be able to add my doc. That's very cool. So solo mining through your own Bitcoin node rather than connecting through a pooled service like CK Pool. Very interesting. Maybe I might try that out with the newer one, the Apollo 2, and then get all the Apollos on it. But for right now, we're just going to use the doctor's pool. So solo.ckpool.org, :1333. Let's leave the stratum on there. All right, leave the address. It doesn't like adding a username, which is very interesting. I wonder if it will let me. Let's see here. Let's put X1. See what happens. Save and restart. Okay, it did accept it that time with pool mining. But if we were doing solo mining, you don't want to add the worker. So after your wallet dot period, don't add that. But you can see here we got pools. We got different tabs. Miner. Where we got eco. We're going to put it back on balance. We could add some custom stuff. I'm probably going to need to adjust my node because I want it to be back on Tor if it doesn't default to Tor already. Because you can run Bitcoin transactions through your own Apollo BTC node. So that's pretty cool. Yep, there it is. Tor. Oh, we got a lot of configuration to do. That sucks. I'm going to have to reconfigure all this. But yes, Tor. Save and restart once again. Restarting the node, system, Wi-Fi settings, connect your system controller over Wi-Fi instead of Ethernet. I don't think this thing has Wi-Fi. Yeah, this device, the Apollo one, doesn't have Wi-Fi, so it's connected via Ethernet. We could change our lock screen password, and extra, we could back up our settings, format the Bitcoin node, restore settings, all that good stuff. But the node should eventually get its thoughts together. And it only took about 2 minutes, maybe a minute. The node is operational, started working. We can see that the node is queued up. We can see the number of connections, the space remaining, all this good stuff. Really intuitive, good to go. We could go straight to their shop, their website, support, all that good stuff. Once everything connects, we just need to give it some time. But the new OS, the Apollo OS, the web UI, super amazing. Good job, team. I wonder if I'm going to have to reset the node, but I just wanted to show you how to do that. It's just simply installing, grabbing a new micro SD, using the image that is provided by the team. I'll leave the link down to this website, which takes you to the image and everything, using Boolean Etcher to format that SD just like you would for, say, installing Hive OS or what have you, and then popping it out, popping a new one in, and enjoying the nice new UI. But, oh, I just saw it. Start node. There we go. Starting Bitcoin node. Wait a moment. Please hold. So we just need to wait, and let's see if it connects. So we'll have our node connected, our miner hashing away, all that good stuff. If I bump into any issues, I'll make sure to make a different video. But for now, hit that like button. Go support the Apollo team. Find them on Twitter, all that good stuff. Really cool peoples. And hopefully we have the Apollo 2 to review in the future. But hit that like button on the way out. Get subscribed. Hit the don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay up to date, as well as check out additional links in the description to help support the channel and what we do here. And you have a wonderful day. Take care. I'll catch you in the next one.